Did you know that you could have watched this video early and ad-free if you had become a member of my Patreon? How do you do that? I'm glad you asked. It's very simple. Head over to patreon.com/MarvinFrancois where you can get early, ad-free, and exclusive access to my content way before the general public does here on my YouTube channel. That's patreon.com/MarvinFrancois. And if you're too lazy to type it up there, don't worry. I'll leave a link to the website in the description below. Patreon.com/MarvinFrancois. Looking forward to seeing you on the other side. But until then, peace from Middle East and enjoy the video. Let's go.
What's going on, you guys? Marvin Francois here, and today we have a very special guest with us, none other than Miss Rashida 3. I'm super excited because today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics within the world of credit, and that's how you can turn your credit to cash. You heard me correctly. I'm talking about turning your credit to real cash that you use to travel for free, get free designer, live for free. We're going to be talking about that and so much more. But before we do that, if you haven't already, remember to take a second, take a minute, take an hour out of your day right here, right now to just go ahead and slap that like button and show this video some love. It really does help a lot with the YouTube algorithm in terms of pushing the video out there so that more and more and more people can see it. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Rashida 3.
What's up, Marv?
How are you? Don't act calm now. We was just joking. We was just joking and jiving for like a good 30 minutes before she got in. Hello, sir. How are you? No, we're not going to do that.
How are you?
How are you? How's everything?
Everything is well, man. Everything is well.
I'm very happy to see you.
I haven't seen you in a long time.
It's been 40 years.
It's been
quite some time.
40 years.
40 years. It's been quite some time. But we're here. Black don't crack. We still look good. And I'm excited to have you on the platform. You know, a lot of people have been requesting for credit to cash. And I looked at my Rolodex. I said, who do I know that lives this, that sleeps this, that eats this, that breathes this, that has C2C in their blood? You understand? It's none other than Miss Rashida 3, the biggest. You understand? So I'm thank you so much for coming on my platform. I know you're extremely busy, so we're just going to dive right into it, right? Before we get started, take a second to, of course, introduce yourself to the people. Talk a little bit about who you are and what is it that you do.
All right, so my name is Rashedah, but on Instagram, I'm known as Rashida3. So you'll normally see me on there dropping some type of game about turning credit to cash. And what I pretty much do is I help people, right? Everyday people, regular people, because you don't have to be special to do this. You just got to know the rules.
Right.
Leverage good credit to get great perks, to improve their life and lifestyles. That's pretty much what I do.
Okay.
In a nutshell, I don't know how to make...
I love
expand that.
No, you don't got to expand. That's
because you
perfect.
could change everything with good credit.
Oh, who you telling?
The
I
game,
live this.
the game is.
It's ridiculous.
You know that Squid Game?
I love it.
You know how like normally in Squid Game nobody knows all the rules,
Right.
and you got to play like that.
Right.
Imagine having a cheat code.
I would have been playing 456.
Exactly.
Come on now, talk about
Win
it.
the billion.
Come on now. What was it, $1 billion? What
Something
is it?
like that.
Hey, we'll talk about that.
Absolutely insane.
We'll talk about that. But no, like I said, this is a very highly requested topic. Of course, within credit, you have credit repair, you have consumer law, all these different things. But credit to cash is where things get really, really fun because this is where you learn how to leverage, like you talk about, good credit and not just make it work for you, but just make life better, create streams of income, travel for free, do all these amazing, amazing things, right? But, you know, you had to start somewhere first before you got the knowledge that you have now, right? So you, of course, introduce yourself to the people. Let's talk a little bit about your background, right? Because you and I both have backgrounds in credit, and there's a stigma that has existed in our community for some time when it comes to credit, where it's like, yo, stay away from credit. Credit is bad. You only use it for emergencies and for gas, and it'll ruin your life and all these different things, right? But as you know, and as I know, information changes situations, and now we're in a much different place. But talk a little bit about how, for you personally, credit has changed your life and also how it's played such a huge role in your journey as an entrepreneur.
All right, so first things first. Outside of teaching people how to turn credit to cash, I'm actually a 7th grade math teacher.
I'm so sorry.
You know, I love my kids though. I love them. They bad, but I'm gonna just say that they are behaviorally performing in
You ain't put them through a table. That's
in
it.
the protagonist roles or the antagonist roles of a movie. That's what they're living right now.
That's very true.
But that's my everyday life, and I teach math. So at my core, credit cards are all math.
Right.
You have statement dates, you have APRs, you have due dates, you got to keep under 30%, all of that stuff.
Right.
So with me, when I started learning about actually how to leverage credit properly, it really started because I got upgraded one time.
Okay.
And I tried to figure out how they did that.
Right.
They said, "Oh, I'm Rashida. This is great. So what happened is your flight just got upgraded, and
Okay.
and I'm looking at her like, all right, you know, we're gonna take no. I'm not gonna say no to an upgrade.
Right.
So I took it, and then for like 2 years, they just kept upgrading me.
Right.
I didn't realize that when I played college ball, I was stacking on my miles
For
because we flew
traveling.
commercial and we
Right.
always flew American.
Right.
So by the time I got to my senior year of college,
Mhm.
I was like a gold or platinum member, miles or whatever it was.
Didn't
at the
even
time.
know.
I had no idea.
Right.
So at that point, I had my first taste of it.
Mhm.
Then I kind of like, living life, didn't realize it. And I got my first credit card.
Mhm.
I got my first Berkeley's card.
Mm.
And they boosted me again. So now every time I'm traveling, my mom's like, how are you always getting upgraded? I'm like, I don't know. They just keep,
Just keep
they
upgrading
just
you.
keep doing it.
Right.
I said, I think it's my smile.
Right. Yeah,
But something like that.
some
Has to
maybe.
be.
Has to be.
And
Yeah.
it definitely was not,
Right.
not the smile. And as I started to actually look into it, it was like, oh, you're giving me this because of this.
Right.
So now it's like, okay, well, how can I get more of this?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And once we realize that, to be honest, they don't give you something for nothing.
Right.
Right? They can't just say, oh, we're going to upgrade you for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
So my journey started really once I realized that.
Right.
And once you get out that stigma of, grandma saying, oh, credit is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Credit is bad if you do liability spending.
Right.
And liability spending means that the money that you spending it on is not coming back to you.
Right.
If you're buying assets or anything that's cash producing, then the credit is great
Right.
because you never had to put your money to get the money anyway.
Right. Right. Right.
So that is where the stigma has to be turned. If you're spending it to go to Gucci
Mm-hmm.
and run up a bag and you're not flipping Gucci,
Mm-hmm.
then what are you really doing? You're
Right.
just promoting somebody else, and
Right.
that's not really going to help your credit or your credit score. So as an entrepreneur, if I tie it back now to, my journey from not really knowing why I was getting upgraded to now getting upgraded, and then now to understanding how credit worked, it was like, oh, so you mean if I have this card, you give me this? If I have this card, you give me this? My dad saw my wallet one day and almost had a Jamaican heart attack. So why you have all these cards?
Too many cards. How many cards do you remember? Do you remember? It was like roughly
I'm at like 18 now.
18 cards.
Maybe 20.
Then this was like after you got started figuring out why you was getting the upgrades.
No. This is recently. I only had 4 at that
Oh,
time.
this is okay. Got you.
I only had 4 at that time. I had
Father.
4 cards.
Now you have 18.
I'm 18. And now it's no longer, now if you tie it back to the entrepreneur world and you really start understanding how credit works,
Right.
I don't go for any more personal cards.
Right. Don't
What's
make
the
sense.
point?
Right.
If you have a business, and I'm not going to go too much into it,
Right.
but if you have a business, each business has its own social security number.
Right.
So I'm going to get credit cards for each one of those businesses because they're all separate people. It's
Right.
like multiples of myself, and I'm
Right.
just allowed to use their credit and build their credit and grow their credit. And now I can use business 1's points to take flights, business 2's points to pay my rent, business 3 points to pay hotels. I can do how I need to because now they're working outside of me, and I'm able to leverage them in ways that, one, benefit me. Because I don't know, do you ever tell your people not to get debit cards?
Oh, all the time. All the
Okay.
time. It's a waste of time.
So throw it,
Just cut them up. We don't use those.
just
on now.
shred it,
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. So, and do you tell them why?
Because we're not getting rewarded for spending money with the debit card.
You're not, but they still charge you.
Didn't know that. That's crazy.
They still charge you. So
Didn't
if you actually had I went to a meetup and I was speaking to somebody about it and they didn't know. And maybe a week later, he texted me a picture of a merchant saying if you swipe your card, they're gonna charge you 2.9% on the fee. If you swipe a card anyway, they call it a convenience fee.
Right.
Because they can conveniently take your plastic payment.
Right.
They would prefer to take cash though. So they don't have to pay that. But merchant, they're not gonna pay that. They
Right.
gonna make you pay that.
Right. Crazy.
So it just really it's a world.
It's a different world. It's a totally different world.
Listen, from where we come from, it's a different world.
Game changer. Absolute
Completely.
Game changer.
So once you get that, the credit to cash journey from personal to now being just in strictly business, as my journey as an entrepreneur, I never realized the things I thought the things I knew I could do. I thought I needed to save the cash. So I was over there saving cash, savings account with that 0.0001 interest rate, right?
Giving you pennies on the dollar.
Pennies, $1.63. Disgusting.
Filthy. Disgraceful. Abominable.
Abominable.
Abominable. All the words under the sun. Absolutely.
Tragic.
Just disgusting.
Horrible.
Yeah.
And once I realized, I'm like, man, I didn't have to do this. You mean to tell me that I did not have to go hit here and save my money to do this? I
Right.
just had to have good credit, leverage this good credit to go get more money, do my deal,
Right.
and then come back.
Game over.
It's over now.
Yeah.
Because I knew what I wanted to do. I just didn't have the money to do it. So now I got credit everywhere
Ain't been running it up since.
ever since.
Been running it up since. Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's get into the fun stuff. Let's get into the juice, right? The sauce, the butter. Let's talk about because everybody talk about credit to cash, right? But I feel like there's not enough people truly explaining what it is that means. So could you explain to the audience what exactly is credit to cash? You kind of already dove into a little bit, but not only explain what exactly it means to turn your credit to cash, but why this is something that most people should know how to do.
All right. So I'm going to be as transparent as I can. Like I'm talking to my 7th graders.
Boom.
All right. So you have credit. And we're going to go and turn it into cash.
Right.
Literally. So you have a $10,000 credit card, hypothetically, right? Let's say Winston has a $10,000.
You chose the most Jamaican
I had
name.
to go. I had
Under the
to.
sun. Not a Paul, not a Pierre, no, Winston.
Winston,
Right.
right? He has a $10,000 credit card. Now, Winston needs to go and he wants to set up an Airbnb.
Beautiful.
Right? He needs some furniture. And not everything he can do on a credit card. He has to actually have cash to do it. So Winston goes and purchases maybe $10,000 in credit and gift cards.
Okay.
Right? So now he has $10,000 in gift cards, and I know you're thinking, like, what is he gonna do
With
with this
$10,000.
$10,000 in gift cards, right?
Right.
So the most direct way to actually liquidate that is to take it to local Western Unions or MoneyGrams or even like stores like Walmart and actually use those gift cards to buy money orders. In that case, money orders are actually cashier's checks, like they're checks. So when you have to go deposit that in your bank account, it's cash. So now you took that $10,000 in credit
Turn it
and
into
you
cash.
actually have cash. So if Winston, say he wanted to buy the
Right.
Airbnb now,
Right.
they say they selling it for $10,000, you need cash. He now has $10,000 in cash to do it. He can do whatever he needs to do with cash because he turned those gift cards, that credit to gift cards, gift cards to money orders. And once you deposit it,
Run the play.
run the play.
Run the play. So now let's rewalk that, right? He got the credit card. It doesn't have to be 10. It could be 5,000, 7,000, whatever it may be. Use the credit card now to buy gift cards. Now let's stop there. If I'm hearing this, I'm like, okay, where do I go to get the gift cards? Are there any specific gift cards that someone would need to get?
So typically you can go to like pharmacies, grocery stores, stuff like that,
Got
Lowe's,
you.
Home Depot, you'll see them.
Got you.
The Visa gift cards. Actually, crazy thing is that a law that Obama passed like 2013
Okay.
actually made it that all the gift cards, Visa gift cards, had to have pins on them.
Okay.
So now they're all debits.
Got you.
So that's actually what triggered this loophole in a
Gotcha.
sense, is
Got-
because now all the gift cards have debit pins on them. So they come up as Visa debit cards.
Got you.
So now when you buy the gift cards on credit, you turned it into a gift card. And now you just switch that over. And because it runs as a debit card, it has a pin on there, it actually translates as a debit card.
Got you. So boom, we buy the gift cards and then we go to a Western Union or like a,
Like a Walmart.
wherever
place
they
that sell money orders.
use the gift cards to buy the money orders,
And now you got money
deposit the
orders.
money orders into the bank account, boom, credit to cash.
Credit to cash.
1, 2, 3, easy money.
Done.
Run it up.
Now I hear you thinking, right? You just deposited $10,000 in your account. Winston is not trying to go back to Jamaica.
Not at all.
And the IRSs are knocking, right?
Right.
All you gotta do is keep your receipts.
Okay. That's it. Simple and plain.
Keep your receipts.
That's it.
They ask you, where'd you get the money from? Here, paper trail.
And that's it.
No trouble.
And keep running it back up
Keep
over and
running
over
it
and
up.
over
Just
and
keep
over.
your receipts. I got a drawer full of receipts.
Just in case they come knocking.
Just in case. Hello.
Yeah.
You want some
I got
papers
'em.
to read?
On November 17th, I was doing this.
There you go.
There you go.
Have
Okay.
fun.
So now,
You want to waste your time? Come check my stuff. You're going to waste your time.
boom. Now we understand what credit to cash is, right? We have a good understanding, and moreover, we have one method that we can use or how we could turn our credit to cash. But like you talked about, and like I talked about in the beginning, there are so many different things that you can get from credit to cash. One of the things that we talked about it was, to your point, your introduction to credit. let's talk about traveling, right? And I know that's the biggest.
I love it.
Yeah. That's one of the biggest perks that comes with it because there's so many different ways that you can kind of go at that. But how can we go about using credit to cash to travel for free?
All right, so I love it. You know,
Okay.
I took like 8 flights over the summer for like
8 flights. I made sure to ask this question because I feel like every time I go on your Instagram story, you're either on a flight or coming off a flight.
I'm coming from somewhere.
I love it, and this is for free.
I don't know. I mean, like if you're paying like $12, what's that?
Goodness gracious!
If you got cash back from another card,
and
like,
this is all
that?
of C to C.
All of it.
Break it down.
Everything. So now, right, you guys, this is where it's very important to have this good credit because them credit cards are not giving you this perks.
Yeah.
So I'm a proud member of American Express.
Right.
When you look at your methods, right, and how you are using the cards, you have to make sure with the cards that you're using serve a purpose.
Okay.
So I never apply for a card on the personal side unless there's a strategy to it.
Okay.
Right. So there has to be a purpose towards it. So when you look at cards, you have to look at, okay, where are you from? So we live in New York, right? So we have Newark Airport, we have JFK, we have LaGuardia, right? Newark is a United hub. JFK is really a Delta hub, and I think LaGuardia is more international. I would say they kind of mixy, but they got JFK there too. So you want to see where you live at and what airlines are around you, and that's how I would start applying for cards.
Got you.
So now you got yourself, let's say you went and you're like, you know what? I don't care about luxury. I like to fly domestically with no issues.
Right.
Right? I would tell you go and get the Chase Southwest card.
Boom. Okay.
Right? Their rapid rewards. Mainly because right now they're running a promotion that if you hit their highest tier on their status level, you get the companion pass for a year for free. So if me and you were traveling, and I'm your plus one, because, you know, I don't pay for tickets, so you don't pay for yours, right?
Right.
You can travel with your spouse, your child, your mother, that one companion for a year for free. You could also you could switch the companion out like 3-4 times a year. You can get up to 6 if you sweet talk them nice. I ain't gonna lie. This is where you really gotta be a nice person and have a nice smile.
I knew it was coming. I had to smile with you. But yeah, go ahead.
So once you get that in itself, if you have to fly with 2 people anyway,
right.
Now you done got your ticket 50% off.
Crazy.
Right? So that's one card. Now,
and like you said, that's the Chase Southwest card, right?
The Southwest Rapid Rewards card.
Chase Southwest Rapid Rewards card. All right, go ahead, sorry.
So now you got that Southwest. I'm not a big fan of Southwest because they don't have a first class section. Okay. But, you know.
That's just one option. There's several others.
That's everybody has a perks. Everybody has what they like. So now you got Delta, right? As soon as, when you first get a credit card, and you guys got to make sure you understand this. When you first get a credit card, they're going to hit you with this sign-up bonus. For a long time, Chase had a sign-up bonus with their Sapphire card. It was 100,000 points if you spend $3,000 in 60 days or 90 days. Right. I could teach you how to do that in an hour. Right? And then Delta American Express had one where if you spend another 3,000 in 90 days, you get 90,000 miles. Now, 90,000 miles, depending on how you use it, if you're flying domestically and going short distances, like from JFK to Charlotte, you could probably get that flight like 9 times because they'll have flash sales where they'll have a flight round trip coach, or was it Comfort Plus, I think they call it, for like 18,000 miles round trip. Okay. Now, mathematically, 18,000 miles is $180, right? But you're only paying 18,000 miles plus $12 for the taxes and fees. Right. So now you spent $3,000. You got 90,000 miles. If you break that up, that's about 7 flights. So if you have to go somewhere and you hit that sign-up bonus, you got what you need. Right. But that's just for one person. That's why I said that Southwest card, depending on what you like, it serves a purpose. Now, you got your flight. Every year, depending on your spend and your renewal, they give you a companion pass. It's good for one flight. Right. But you spend like, I think, $99 on it domestically. So now, I showed you how to fly domestically. We in the U.S., 50 states. That's great. Fantastic. But who wants to stay here? Right. I'm trying to go Winston.
Overseas. I got to go see my bro Winston. I got to go see Winston and his wife Cheryl.
Sherry Ann. You got to put the N on there.
And they always have 2 last names as well. It's probably like Fraser Price or something like that. or like Cherry Hill. It's always something next.
It's
It's always
something.
something
We
next.
love our people, though.
Yeah.
You know, we love
So we trying to go into how we do that now.
international. So now I'm gonna tell you the facts. Delta is expensive when it comes to flying out of the country.
Okay.
They're expensive, but you know who's not expensive? They're partners. Virgin Atlantic. Give me another one. I think it's blanking out. But if you Google it, you can look up Delta partners. And most times when you transfer their miles to their partners internationally, you get more bang for your buck. And because they own them or they're partnered with them, you're not losing any value on the flight. So you got these 90,000 miles, and I can honestly transfer over to 130 miles on maybe Virgin Atlantic. Now you instead of you paying the whole 90,000 to go to say London, it might only cost you 60,000 points on Virgin Atlantic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's really on now. You have the card. How do you use it that way?
Right.
Now another card that I love I could tell you I could drop these cards all day.
I love it. Let's
is
go.
American Airlines. They the same way. They flights and they planes are cool, but their partner relationships are even better.
Okay.
And right now they have a promotion going. I don't know if it ended, but when I checked last week, it was still there.
Gotcha.
You spend $1 and you get 60,000 miles.
Right.
You
Oh, I
know?
got that card.
Yes,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Aviator.
Oh, I got that card.
The
Yeah.
Aviator.
Oh yeah, we out. Yeah.
You get 60,000 miles.
You don't even got to spend $1. You could buy anything, and they give you 60,000.
They
Yeah.
give you 60,000,
Right.
and then there's no annual fee for the first year.
Right.
You get your companion pass after you spend 30,000 in a year. I'll teach you how to do that in 4 days, right? Excuse me.
Take it out.
And then after that, you never pay for your bags. I actually came back from Jamaica with my sisters, and because I booked business class, because they cheap. I love them, but they cheap. I booked my ticket in business class. They thought I was joking when I
Right.
said, I'm not sitting back there about it with y'all. I'm going to go
Right.
in the front.
Right.
Because I booked my ticket, I got their bags for free. So they flying back. They're like, oh, I'm like, yo, just throw can we just put my stuff with theirs? And they say, yeah. That was what? I think it's like, $60, $70? For what? Why are you spending that money?
Right.
Why are you spending that? That's unnecessary. Go buy me food. Like, we could get the white Henny for the trip back.
You know, a little something.
Something like that.
Something like, yeah.
Something simple.
Gotcha.
Then, because of my business class ticket, guess where they ended up?
Where they at?
Right behind me in business class. I did sweet talk the guy, though.
Right.
I think his name was Winston. That's why it's stuck in my head.
Hilarious. Got you. Okay. And then there it is.
That's what it is. So once you get the cards and then you hit your statuses, the sky's the limit, because at that point,
No pun intended.
literally,
Yeah, I see what you did.
at that
You took my travel. I had to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
at that point, you got your free flight,
Right.
Because this is what happened when I went to Vegas. I booked my ticket with miles. It cost me 32,000 miles. My status on Delta is like gold right now, right? I need to get it to platinum, but I've been lazy.
Right.
You book your ticket. I booked the 32,000 miles round trip to Vegas. Because my status was gold, I got put on the standby list. My standby list is always hit first class.
Right.
Right. But on this particular flight, it was Delta One. Now, Delta One is nice, right? Lay flat seats. You got your own little section. They give you a pillow blanket, your own headphones. You got they taking care of you. You got complete privacy.
I love it. I love
The only way to travel,
Come on
right?
now.
So now you do that, right? Now, initially, I was in, I think 17A. I was in Comfort Plus.
Got you.
Because of my status, I was one of the first few people in that flight to actually get upgraded. So they had five empty seats. I was a second person. So as soon as that flight hit and they closed off, you can't buy no more tickets. My joint got right to the front.
Crazy.
So I essentially spent $12 on a flight that cost $2,000.
Goodness.
And if I had paid for it with miles, it would have cost me 110,000 miles. And it cost
Crazy.
me 32,000 miles. And I'm lying. It was 170,000 miles because the ticket itself was $1,700. It cost me 32,000 miles and $12.
Crazy.
And I got a round trip.
Crazy.
They hit me on the way back too.
Lord have mercy.
Continue to do it, please. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so and just to follow up on that, the cards that you mentioned, I know you mentioned, I think the Southwest.
Southwest Chase,
Boom.
Barclays, Aviator card. City has one too with the thank you points. Those work because City's a partner with American Airlines too. So that's actually a good one as well. It's a combination. And then the Delta American Express. I'm not a heavy United flyer.
Okay.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
But all the cards essentially work the same. So you get it, you hit your statuses. You can credit to cash your way to your status, right? If you have certain businesses, you can run the businesses on your credit card. This is where you got to be structured properly to make sure that
Right.
you're running your businesses properly, because if you're running everything on your credit cards, you're getting free spends anyway.
Right.
Because we don't just all, everything credit to cash.
Right.
We organically do. We can go to the grocery store, stuff like that. But so now you hit your flights, and now you have your cards. So you have Delta, you have American Airlines, United, Southwest. These three, American Airlines, Delta, and United, they all have partners, and their partners pretty much reach most of the airlines that you're going to need if you want to travel anywhere far, and you can always transfer.
Got you. Crazy. And that's just travel hacks that we're talking about. Like you said, there's so many different layers to credit to cash. Now, here's the thing, and this is why I love bringing people on my platform, because I have a decent amount of knowledge when it comes to credit, but I like to bring people from certain fields where I feel like have a different level of expertise with it. Like, I thought I knew about credit to cash when it came to the flights and stuff. And then I heard through the grapevine that you use credit to cash basically to live for free. Like, you use the method to pay your rent. I don't know, is that true or not?
Yeah.
That's absolutely. So you, because of your good credit, you're now able to live for free.
Yeah, they pay me.
Break that down for the audience real quick. How is it that you're able to do that? That's insane.
So I scale a lot of things that I do.
Okay.
I scale a lot of things that I do. So I'm able to use certain credit cards, and I'll from my cashback cards.
Gotcha.
Right. I use my cashback cards like crazy.
Okay.
My cashback cards pay me back daily.
Okay.
So if I look in one of my cashback accounts and I got $300, $400, $500 sitting in there, right? I got a bill for that. I got to pay my cell phone bill, my business lines. They pay it. So I'll charge the card and then take the cash back and pay off the transaction.
Just like that.
Done. So I'll build all of them up, 1.5%, 2%, and there's a card that's that 3%, that unicorn.
Okay.
It's a bank in Alabama.
So hold on. Let's talk. Now, what are some of the different cards that we could use, right, when it comes to, I guess, facilitating this play within credit account?
Cashback. I double up cashback on everything. So people don't realize, right, when you have these cards, there's also platforms that pay you to shop.
Okay.
So I leverage the cards with those platforms. So there's times where I'll spend money and I'm getting 13, 14, 15% back on a transaction that I might have spent anyway,
right?
That I could have been getting for somebody else, or that I could have been running a play on.
Gotcha.
So now if I spent $10,000, was 15% of 10,000.
I don't know if you asked me rhetorically or seriously.
I'm asking you.
No, I failed math. Your guess is better than mine.
Or you gonna do? Or you
150?
No, add another zero.
1,500.
There you go.
I'm dyslexic. All right, cool.
You got it.
Yeah. There you go. So, what are some of your favorite cards within cashback? What are some of your favorite cards within cashback? What are some of your favorite cashback credit cards to use, if you have any?
I love Apple.
Okay. That's a very popular one.
That's because Apple pays you back like this next day.
Okay.
Next day. I love, believe it or not, as much as I yell at Capital One, I like their card as well too.
Gotcha. Okay. They have a couple of different ones though. Which one in particular?
I have the Quicksilver.
Okay. That's another good cashback one.
I do yell at them mentally all the time.
Gotcha.
Because they're cheap.
Gotcha.
And I say that only because they should have given me they should have lifted the bag on me already, and they're being cheap about it.
Gotcha.
But they're typically like that. They're cheap. Meaning they should have raised my credit limit 50 times over.
They're annoying with that. Yeah.
They're super annoying.
Gotcha. So Capital One.
I said Apple. I like my
Apple.
Wells card.
Wells Fargo.
Yeah, they have a new active cash card. It's 2%.
I just found out about that today.
It's 2%. They're actually very generous with their limits, and it's mainly because they're trying to make up for their pitfalls in customer service and the actual benefits of the card.
Okay, gotcha.
Because they only pay you out once a month.
Gotcha.
But it's when you hit a threshold. So once you could call them and actually say, well, I want you to pay me out my check every time I hit $750. And every time you hit $750 after your statement closes, you'll see a deposit in your account. So if you saw that post, that was from that.
Crazy. Really? Gotcha. And that's your top three, or are those just the three that come to mind right now?
That's the one that comes to mind. I have Chase, the Chase Unlimited. They're pretty solid. Chase Unlimited, Navy, Cash Rewards. Bank of America got a new one, 1.5 unlimited. Because the thing is, though, when you want to make money off the cards, it's very important that the card says unlimited.
Okay. Interesting. Why is that?
Because you don't want them to cap you.
Okay, got you.
So, I like Alliant Credit Union. right?
That's another good one. Yeah,
It is, but they cap you at 10,000 spend for the month.
didn't know that.
So
Okay.
after 10,000, they're not giving you 2.5%. So what's the point of using the card? I'm only going to use it if I'm going to get a benefit from it.
Right. Okay. Now, another question I have to ask you is because a lot of these different cards, as you and I know, they have, you talked about Amex and Chase and then a couple of different ones. They have the welcome bonuses, right? Where they're like, yo, you got to spend X amount of money to get the bonus. Now, if I hear this and I'm like, and I hear Sheeta 3 say like, yeah, if you get the bonus, boom, you can fly for free. And someone's like, well, I don't have one. If I spend this $3,000, or if I spend this $6,000, or if I spend this $9,000, I got to pay it back. I don't got this money. How do we maneuver around that? How do we hit the I forget what it's called, the offer, the mark, so that we can able to get the points and the rewards from the welcome offers for these different cards?
All right. So I always preach 2 different ways, right? You can do it organically,
Okay.
just through your everyday life.
Right.
So if you actually live and you rent an apartment,
Right.
and your landlord takes credit card payments, just pay your rent with your credit card.
Mm.
You're gonna pay your rent anyway.
Right.
You should have the cash for it.
Right.
So just pay your rent with your credit card. You hit it like that, boom. Right. That's one organic way.
Right.
Now there's other methods. I would say that you could use the gift card method.
Okay.
Right. Now I wouldn't do it with American Express like that because they are touchy.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
They are touchy.
Touchy.
They're very
You
sensitive.
don't want to play the game with them.
They don't.
Yeah.
They're very
No
sensitive.
go. Don't do that. Don't do
So I
that.
wouldn't play that game with them so much. But you still can try other games.
Gotcha.
So and I always say this, right? When I go out with my friends to eat, my family to eat, I always pay the bill.
Right. Just have them all
Always.
sell you.
Yes,
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
absolutely. I don't care about the tax laws.
Right.
I have them sell me. You know why I always pay the bill too? I get 4X at restaurants.
With the Amex Gold.
Yeah.
Boom, 1, 2.
1, 2.
And that's just one of many different ways that you could go
You
about.
can go about getting more.
Gotcha.
So you can do it organic way, which is your everyday spend. So this is why I say don't use a debit card because you're wasting spends.
Right.
Look at the cards that you have and figure out which ones give you the most benefit in those different situations. And now you maximize that.
Right.
Don't ever think small
Gotcha.
because they don't. The moment you start thinking small with that card, you stop using it. You ain't notice that they either shrink your limit or they cancel the card
That's true. Yeah.
because they want you to think big.
Right. They want you to run it up.
They want you to run it up
So do it, but responsibly.
responsibly
There you go. Okay, cool.
with a plan.
Wow. All right. So from there, so we've talked about the free flights. We've talked about the different ways that you can go about hitting these welcome offers, right? Let's get into something even more fun, right? Because another arena of C2C that I'm actually just learning about is using the method and using some of these cards to get free designer. That's now listen, I'm a very simple man. You understand? Like I'm not big on Gucci, Louis, Balenciaga. I'm not that guy. You understand? I regular t-shirts and all the things, right? But there's somebody that's watching this like, yo, I want a free Gucci shirt. I want a free pair of Balenciagas. I got good credit, but I don't know the information that's needed to put the two together, right? They come to Sheeta 3 like, yo, Sheeta 3, how do I make this happen? How can we go about using credit to cash, using C2C to get free designer?
All right. So there's several ways you could do this. I'm going to list one. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to list one. So now you have your American Express card. American Express points, right? When you're thinking about these benefits from these credit cards, you got miles, points, cash back.
Right.
Miles are only used for flying. Cash back is what it is. It's cash, right? Points are a mix of the two because it can go either way, right? You can redeem the points for miles. You can redeem it for flights. You can redeem it for gift cards. So in this sense, you now can use those cards how you want to. So now say you at the American Express, you hit your sign-up bonus. I believe they had one for like 130,000 points for like if you spend 4,000 or
Something like
6,000
that.
in
Right.
6 months, right?
Right,
That's a
right.
long time.
Right.
You can transfer your American Express points into gift cards for their partner locations because even right now they have a discount they have a promotion at Saks. You shop at Saks, you get $100 off, $100 credit on your card. So now say hypothetically you go and you got 130 American Express points. You convert that into gift cards if you want to go shopping. That's up to you, right? So now your points went to the gift cards. You earned them for spending money, right? And now you take that gift card, you go to the designer. Did you spend it or the Amex just buy it for you? Right? On top of that, if you had to pay anything over, they about to give you $100 statement credit. I think they're $100 for the year or $50 each quarter, something like that. But either way, I know I just did it and I spent like $40 on like an MCM collection or something like that.
Crazy. And is Amex the only card, or is that just the best card?
I'm just an Amex. They honestly should pay me for the promo.
Yeah, you done name dropped them quite a couple times.
Because I love them, man.
Right.
They're so
They just treat you nice.
Yeah, it's just something when you call them.
Yeah.
They know how to get you in, and then all their cards they clank when they hit the table.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful thing. If your card doesn't make noise when it hits the table, we have to have a conversation.
You need to see us about this credit.
It's something that yeah, okay. All right, interesting. So now, right?
Now there's other plays.
There's other ways to do it.
It's mad. Just listen, it's 1,000 different ways to skin a cat, but the first thing you gotta have is good credit.
Right. That's where it starts and that's where it ends.
That's where it is.
Goodness gracious. Okay, so now, right? Of all the different methods that we talked about within credit cash, whether it's living for free, getting free designer, traveling for free, learning how to take that money off the card and use it to invest and do all these different things. If I come to you and I'm like, all right, I wanna go and start building, because I think you said right now you're sitting at 18 credit cards.
I think 20.
Oh, it's more? It's more?
Because 2 is supposed to
in
come
one
to-
wallet? How do you sit down?
I put it in a bag. I got the MCM collection, so now it goes in the bag.
Just Heavenly Father. All right, so you got.
I really got that to prove a point.
Got you. So
I don't like designer either. I wear Sheeta 3.
Right, and I wear Sheeta me. So now you got you have like what 20 something cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm trying to get up to there, right? But it's levels to this. I got to start building my stuff up. If I already have the good credit, right? You name dropped a couple of different cards. If I come to you, I already know what one of them are gonna be. Give us your top three to 5 cards that we can use. I guess that hit all different fields of different things. Whether it's like best travel hack card, best this card, best card for cash back, whatever it may be. Top 3 to 5.
All right. So first thing, right? You come and you got good credit.
Phenomenal credit. Sensational credit.
Extraordinary. Right.
Mama cry when she see it. It's that kind of credit. Right.
I'm so proud of you.
Right.
Right. So now we're gonna do what you call sequencing. Right?
Talk about that.
Sequencing. Well, we're actually going to sit down and say, okay, let's maximize these inquiries.
Okay.
Let's maximize how we're going to get you these cards, because we're not going to just get you. If I have 20, I'm not going to say I can get you 3 and be like, okay, have a nice day. I'm about to run it up on you. Right? So I'm going to sit down, I'm going to say, okay, what do you want? Because it's really on what do you want to do?
Right.
You want to travel for free? You want hotels? You want cash back? Let's maximize that, right? Do you want it all in your business or do you want it on your personal? So first thing, we're going to actually go and do a business run. So if you have a business,
okay,
we're going to run it through your business.
Gotcha.
We're going to hit up Chase. We're going to hit up BOA. We're going to hit up, not Wells. We're going to hit up, not Navy. I'm going to tell you.
Take your time, breathe. It's going to come. There you go. It's right there. I feel it.
We're going to hit up Amex, but it's going to be last because you knew that was coming in.
Yeah, I knew it was coming.
Citibank.
Okay. Love them.
Credit unions. Love credit. Andrews.
Right.
BNO. Love these credit unions, right? We're going to knock these out. It's a whole bunch of banks. Trust me. I have a book. My book of banks. Right. We're going to hit those up first.
Right.
Then we're going to build up your business side on that side. And now your personal credit, you got some business cards. So now you got cards that aren't going to show on your personal side.
Right.
And now we're going to go to your personal side and say, okay, what do you want? Because we're going to get the best. The thing is, though, because personal cards, after you step into the business world, because personal cards they're used to like leverage, we only want to get the best ones. So now if you're looking at it, I'm gonna go ahead and say, all right, let's for Experian, for this credit bureau, we're gonna go ahead and apply for Chase, the Chase Reserve card. Now that card is a sweet spot because their transfer points from points to travel is like 1.5. So if you have 60,000 points with them, technically that's $600, right? Because it's 1%. But with that reserve card, that transfers to 900. So they give you 1.5 value. That's one of the best travel cards, period. Amex don't hurt me, but period. It's one of the best ones.
Right.
So that card you want to catch first, because if you got domestic flights, stuff like that, their travel portal is also very good.
Right.
So now you wanted that one. That one's on your Experian. We're gonna also hit up that Southwest card. Because now we gotta get you some flight cards. We're gonna hit up Barclays. We're gonna hit up. You don't have to do JetBlue because they're a partner of one of the other ones. You're gonna hit up. Why am I blanking out? You're gonna hit up American Express last because they don't care about the increase, stuff like that.
Right.
Then you're gonna hit up some more of your depending on what you want. You want hotels. You're gonna get this Chase Hyatt card. Right. I didn't mention Hyatt earlier, but Hyatt is a gem.
Okay.
because they're the cheapest one for transferring points.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes down to it, the big major ones, what Marriott, Hilton,
Right.
they're like, big boys.
Right.
Hyatt is right around them. The only issue is that Marriott and Hilton are expensive to transfer their points.
Right.
So if you want to book a flight off points, it's like 90,000 points for a night.
Sensational.
Hyatt's like 30,000.
Father God.
You know what I'm saying?
Father God.
And then
Father God. Sorry, go ahead. I ain't mean to interrupt.
I'm just saying, then you hit their, I think they're the highest level for them is like globalist or explorer list, something like that. You hit that, you always getting upgraded to luxury suite, stuff like that. So even if you think it's not on the same tier, you're gonna be at a higher level faster with that card. That's under the Chase umbrella. I ain't gonna lie, Chase got a nice umbrella. They rules just suck.
Yeah, they're bougie. 524.
520.
All right, well,
Horrible.
All right. For those of you who don't know, 524 is a rule put in place to discriminate against people like myself because what they do is if you've opened an account up to 5 accounts within the last 24 months, you basically can't get approved for anything under the Chase umbrella. I've made several complaints about this. If I see JP or Morgan in the streets, we will fight. And it's just a cause for concern. I've never liked it. And I actually hate Chase because of this. I love him, but I hate him because I can't get in. But that's a conversation for another time. But you can continue.
There's a rumor that they're trying to change that.
Yeah, no, they will because of me.
Because they're losing. It doesn't make sense.
No, I'll put hands on them. It's okay. But go ahead.
Nah, I've been complaining.
No, I'm using hands. I complain with these.
I tweet them all the time.
Yeah, well, I use these.
Those are powerful.
Yeah. Well,
it was like Ali just now.
Yeah, I just because I don't like it.
I was shook.
I seen it in your chest. You understand? I seen
my Bitmoji almost ran off.
But even though the rules of Boozy, Chase does have a great selection.
They have a great network. It just sucks that if you get in, you have to like hit them one time. So if you ever apply for a Chase card, or you trying to do travel hacking, I would say hit them first. Hit them with the I would hit them with the Chase Reserve, Hyatt. Actually, Hyatt's on the business side now, so I wouldn't even hit them on the personal side for the Hyatt card. Okay. But I would hit them with the Chase Reserve. Any card that they have outside of the Reserve that's on the business side, I will go there first. So I will go either the Chase, the Hyatt card is on the business side now. I think they have a Southwest card on the business side. I don't remember. Okay. But I will go Reserved. Then if they have the business version of those cards, ask them all the same time. Because to be honest, that one inquiry low-key is good for like 3 cards. They won't tell you that, but I peeped it a couple times. Gotcha. And I said, they didn't hit it again? And they approved it? That's not.
This is Chase?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a little surprised.
Got you.
After the 6th time, I was like, it really worked.
And that's a gem.
That's a gem.
That's a huge gem.
Yeah, realize it.
Got you. And are there any other cards outside of it, or those are just the main ones?
So that's that for Chase, because then it depends on how you want to travel too. So you have your other airlines tickets, but then now you got to go into the Amex world. Right. Because Amex world, now, to be honest, those are the top 2. If you speak to anybody who do travel hacking, they're going to tell you every one of them got an Amex card. That's a fact. Every one of them got a Chase card. Yeah. Because they're going to use that to leverage all their partners. Because they're one of the biggest the banks. Right. And they also have the city for thank you points. But those are the biggest partner relationships. So now you can always transfer out wherever you want to go. Right. And now you go for your Amex sequence. The good thing about Amex is that they don't care about inquiries. They just want you to be over 700. Right. That's a fact. And I would actually go business with them too, because you get more perks. You get the free clear. Which is clear means that you don't have to stand in line. That you get TSA pre-check. So if they don't have clear, now you still not standing in line with TSA pre-check. You get free global entry. Meaning when you come back from Jamaica, you don't have to stand in line again. With Winston. Winston don't have it. Right. And then you also get other perks like now you get like gold status with the Marriott, gold status with the Hilton because of the partners. Right. So they have co-branded credit cards as well. So now you're gonna leverage out. Cause it's all about relationships. Right. When it comes down to it. Right. And then from there you just said. The reason you even know what you know now, because of relationships. That's a fact. The reason why we're here. It's because of relationships. So now that's what it is with the credit. And then from there it is you good money. You build that good relationship. And you good money. They will give you the world. Well, not literally, but the world. Literally. Well, just t-shirt. Take it.
But now, right, as we begin to close this thing out, first of all, thank you, of course, for coming on the platform and sharing a lot of value. I appreciate it. She's one of the busiest people to get in contact with. I've been trying to set this up for 40 years now, but it's a conversation for another time. But now that I have you here, of course, once again, thank you so much for providing so much value. I know, of course, you have a ebook special that you wanted to talk about. Could you tell the people about it before we sign this thing out?
Yes. So I have been on this credit to cash journey for over a year. And to be honest, I didn't realize it. I was doing it since college because I used to actually flip sneakers in college to pay my rent. And I've been doing it for, unless it's crazy. I'm not that old though, but it's been a while. But as I've been documenting my journey, a lot of people always ask me questions. How do you do this? How do you do that? So I've been writing it down, and I finally finished it. My ebook is called Credit to Cash, How to Maximize Your Credit Cards, right? And it pretty much breaks it down from A to Z, how to do it, what's the best ways to do it so that you're not wasting your time. Because there's no spend on my credit card that is a waste. If I'm not getting at least 2 or 3 times the value of the swipe,
it's not swiping.
I'm not swiping that.
Not swiping.
I got to figure out which one is going to go on that's going to give me 2 or 3 times the value. So there's no waste. So teaching you how to maximize that, because it's always a better way to do something, right? So now after we go through A to Z on how to do it, how to travel, how to hotel hack, how to live for free, how to leverage your credit properly, I teach you all of that. On top of that, I'm also putting in the DIY credit repair book, because you can't do anything in this conversation without good credit. So if you're sitting below at a 620 and you ask me about credit to cash, we're having the wrong conversation. The conversation we need to have is how to get your 620 to a 720, so now we can maximize your credit. So now we can leverage your credit properly. So I coupled that in because you can't have bad credit and do what I do.
Impossible.
Impossible.
And if you try, we're going to smack you.
If you try, you're wasting your time.
And then I'm going to smack you.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's him. I'm going to just, I do what I do to my students. I just look at you and I walk away.
And then I come back and I smack you. And just go for it.
But my ebook, I put a lot of value into it. I put a lot of letters for the credit repair. So if you need to actually fix your credit yourself, and you're that type of person that's independent, I want to do it myself, I actually coupled it with some letters and some of the laws and stuff like that, so that you're able to get these derogatories off your report. And after you get them all off your report, now we can have some fun. You got the credit repair, ebook, and then you have credit to cash to actually now teach you how to maximize that. Now, typically for everything that I'm putting in there, it's honestly like the value in that book is incredible. And the amount of money that I'm gonna save you for life, I couldn't really put a number on it. Because the amount of money that I save myself,
it's insane.
Absolutely.
Right.
And I'm cheap.
Right. Me too. No.
The book itself is probably worth well over $1,000. However, come back and say it. I'm saying the value I put on the book is $199.
Okay.
But for you and your YouTubers
and my audience
and your people,
my community,
your tribe,
my lovers.
Exactly.
Yeah. No.
I'm gonna give it to all your people for $47.
I love it. And how long is this offer on the table?
Black Friday.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And I appreciate you for that. $47. Not $57.
$47.
Not $67.
$47.
1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Black Friday after that,
it's done off.
I'm never doing that again.
Ever again. This is robbery at this point. Doesn't even make sense. No. Winston would be ashamed.
Ashamed. This is John Dillinger.
Yeah.
Just robbed the bank. To be honest, after you see it, you're probably going to pay me the difference after you read it, because you're going to be like, wow. You really gave us game.
Right.
I also have other things coming up, different sequences, how to fly for like different places for like nothing. I'm finishing up how to go to Hawaii for like $25.
$25?
Like $25.
That's
for
like
2 people.
That's like 2 subscriptions to Netflix.
You could stay home and watch a movie. You go to Hawaii.
Or make a movie in Hawaii. Come on now.
Pineapples.
Come on now. Okay, so all right, but now if people can stay in contact with you for when those products drop, where can they find you, of course?
So you can always find me on @Shedah3 SHE.
Make sure you so that they
SHE.
I didn't pay for it anyway.
I never do.
Right.
SHEDAH, the number 3. You can find me there. I also have a Credit to Cash Discord. where my students, they are crazy. I love it.
Right.
They called me before I got here.
Running
Had
it
me
up.
turned up. Yeah.
Right.
Running plays.
Love it.
And you could tap in there. That Discord, we share a lot. We have calls and classes that we teach. So you can tap in with me there. Book your appointment. And get your journey started. You could book an appointment to book a call with me and get your journey started. Let's get this thing going.
I love it.
If you don't want to do all of that, you got the Credit to Cash ebook, get you started on your journey and start leveraging these. I'm telling you, start running it up
And changing your life.
Change your life. You're already seeing it. You see,
I've seen
so you seen when I met you.
I didn't know it was like this. It's insane.
And it got even better. That's why you.
That's why I haven't seen
seen
her.
it.
She came here in a Ghost, in a Rolls Royce Ghost, ladies and gentlemen. I
ain't there yet.
I was like, how much you spend? It's like, I got it for free. Like, I didn't know it was coming. I didn't know it was coming. But yo, thank you so much for coming on the platform
No
once
problem,
again.
man.
And thank you to each and every single one of y'all for tapping in. Make sure y'all tapping with her at Sheeta3, like you said. I'm gonna leave the link for the ebook special for $47, of course, in the description below so that y'all can tap in to the game. But as always, thank you to each and every single person that tuned into this video. And if you haven't already, and I don't know why you haven't, because you should have, but if you haven't, it's okay, because you could just take a second, take a minute, take an hour out of your day right here, right now. Just go ahead and slap the like button and show this video some love. And make sure you subscribe to tune in for more jewels and more sauce and more gems, more butter upon your head top. But as always, I'm Marvin Francois. This is Sheeta3. Y'all have been good. I've been great. This has been amazing. And as always, thank you and God bless. Peace.